Let's move on. That was all the 1 p.m. games. We move on to afternoon action. We start at 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Carolina Panthers 1-4, 0-1 on the road at the LA Rams 2-3, 1-2 at home. We're at SoFi in Inglewood, California. We will open up with the line history in this one. Pull it up. Here we go. We have the Rams opening up as 8.5-point favorites. They are now 10.5-point favorites. From a total perspective, it opened up at 41.5. It is now 40.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow and see if it all correlates here. And we have the most line value in this entire card, according to Sports Insights, is the Rams. 7,477 tickets in. 64% of the tickets and 87% of the cash are on the Panthers, and it's moved 2 points towards the Rams. 58% of the tickets, 66% cash is on the over. Panthers coming off an ugly 35-17 home loss to the Niners. Cashed the first quarter and first half on the Niners. Felt very good. It was the final straw for the Panthers ownership group. Gone is Matt Rule, fired after the game. Baker Mayfield running for his life out there. 20 of 36, 215 yards. No TDs, one interception. The interception was returned 41 yards by Mosley for a TD. Mosley, whose season's over, sadly. And Mayfield didn't finish the game due to a high ankle sprain and will likely be unavailable this week. Sam Darnold injured, so P.J. Walker will be behind center. The offensive line couldn't contain the 49ers pass rush at all. The Panthers quarterbacks were sacked 6 times, hit 9 times. Smith caught 4 passes for 69 yards. DJ Moore caught 4 for 59. And McCaffrey ran 14 times for 54. The touchdown, caught 7 for 50, and was in trade talks for the last few days. Rumors. The defense had a difficult time pressuring Jimmy G, 2 sacks, 5 quarterback hits. The Rams coming off a very disappointing 22-10 loss at home to the Cowboys. I was very close to moving on the Rams first half, but Big Ragu and Bobano on the Cowboys, and I listened and I just stayed off. Would have loved to have gone on the Cowboys with you guys, but at least I saved money. They were shut out in the second half, now below 500 for just the second time in McVay's 6-year history as coach. Can you believe this? Imagine hearing this start with Stafford healthy and Cooper Kupp healthy. They rank 32nd in yards per play. 32nd, 4.8 yards per snap. 31st in yards per carry at 3.2 yards per rush. Stafford was 28 of 42, 308 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also lost 2 fumbles. The first one taken for a TD by DeMarcus Lawrence. That was the third play from scrimmage. 3 missing starters on the Rams offensive line, and they look terrible. Cooper Kupp, 7 catches for 125 yards, 1 touchdown, but they got nothing from their ground game. 15 carries for 38 yards as a team. Aaron Donald, 2 of the Rams, 3 sacks. They got 6 hits on Cooper Rush, but they couldn't stop the Cowboys on the ground. 163 yards rushing they allowed. Left guard David Edwards left the game in the fourth quarter. He's in concussion protocol. He missed last week's game in concussion protocol, so he's going to be out. So that would make 4 members of the offensive line unavailable, and Taylor Rapp out with injured ribs. Take it away for us, Andy. Panthers, Rams.
Yeah, I think DX Filer kind of hit it on the head, and yeah, it's true. I did bet. I had a championship futures bet on PJ Walker with the Houston Roughnecks. I wish that season would have completed. That would have been awful nice. They were good. That is said, he is still a downgrade from Baker Mayfield. And a lot of that has to do with apparently just how they've decided to use him, just watching kind of what we got of him, even in mop-up time. If they're not going to let him run a little, he's not a pocket pass. Like, he's not going to be good. It's going to be pretty bad. The Panthers have a really, really bad squad. That said, this Rams offense is horrific, and a lot of it comes down to the coaching because they have the talent. But if you are going to take a replacement-level running back behind a bad offensive line and just pound him into the A gap on first down over and over, set yourself up for second and 11, third and 8 every time. And they know all we have to do is try to take Kupp away at this point, honestly, and force you to, beat you a Skoranek on these third longs. Like, this Rams offense is going to continue to struggle. I don't understand how a Super Bowl winning coach with essentially the same damn roster, and yeah, the offensive line injuries are tough. It's just taken such a step back in what this is as an offense. So the play sequencing, the play calling for Los Angeles has been absolutely goddamn puzzling. I don't know. You can't lay. Like I said, this is my worst team. Carolina is my 32nd ranked power rank team. That isn't like some of it is subjective, but it is like my numbers. This is what I put together. Like if I put them on a neutral against every other team, they would be at least a half-point underdog, if not to like the Bills, Chiefs, a big underdog. Obviously here they're 10.5. Maybe they get the dead cat bounce with the new coach, but man, like you said, they're talking about trading players. They're starting a quarterback who's not an NFL level quarterback. It's awful hard to really bet either side here. And really, my numbers say Carolina, despite having them as the 32nd team. I don't have them as 8.5 points worse than the Rams right now. So even with the home field advantage, I don't make this 10.5. And yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, Papa Carl's saying the same thing. Says my numbers say take Carolina, but I just can't bet it. Clint started the Die Hard MMA podcast. Says how funny is it going to be when the Panthers beat the Rams outright? This is strange. Panthers getting tickets and cash on their side, and it moves from 8.5 to 10.5. Do you want to trust a Ram squad without an offensive line? Looking at all this, it would be nice to take an under here, but I don't even think I can do that. Were you going to touch on the total?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. And somebody points says, yeah, you can't really take Cup away. Yeah, you can't, but at the same time, they scored 9 and 10 points in the last 2 games. Like even with Cup, doing what he's done, it's an offensive line that is completely decimated. There's still a probability that Stafford's elbow isn't 100%, and they've got poor ass play sequencing where they've just been bound and determined to run Cam Akers. So, woof. Yeah, this is a stay away because I just don't feel like betting on the Panthers.
Yeah, I agree. This is going to take some more time.
This could literally be, this could be the Panthers don't score.
Yeah, I find it interesting here that you have, what do we have here? We have 58% of tickets, 66% cash on the over, and it's dropped a point from 41.5 to 40.5, just welcoming that over cash. That makes me think this game is going to go under, and I would like to be on it when it does. So I'm close to moving on the under here. I think I'm going to take a little bit more time on it. I don't think I'm going to bet it yet. Brooklyn Funk Project on the Carolina team total under.
God, what's that, like 15?
It's so low. So for me, I only take team total unders on favorites. I never take them on dogs unless it's like a certain angle that I can completely.
I had Atlanta's last week, the under. And that was one of those where it's like, hey, here we go. And then, they got squirrely at the end because it doesn't take a lot of – sometimes those go to hell in garbage time.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'm not saying that's not a winning bet, Brooklyn Funk Project, by any it's just that I kind of kept that a black and white thing where I only take the favorites, team total unders. Let's keep rolling. So no action at this point, but I'm very interested in the under in that one. Very interested in the under, but there could be garbage time mayhem. That might be a better first half under,
That's not a bad take. Under 20 or something first half.
Yeah. Because who knows what's going to happen late in this game when, especially if the Rams are up by quite a bit. At least I know they'll stop trying. But they want to get right too. I guess I would lean to a first half under at this point. Okay, let's move on.